Can't we all just get along? Please, get your coffee. As the dust continues to slowly settle post-election 2020, there is a call now in our country for unity here in the United States. But while I think, and you would probably agree, unity would be great, the call for unity from the 70 plus million that voted for Joe Biden to the 70 plus million that voted for Donald Trump can seem to some, myself included, to be at least naive or maybe a little disingenuous. It is difficult to experience unity when both sides continue to be embroiled in conflict, and there appears at the moment to be very little end in sight. And while the corporate news media may believe themselves to be unbiased observers in all of this, it's quite clear to everybody but them that that's not exactly accurate. As it was 4 years ago, there appears to be very little self-awareness and introspection on the part of the news media. In fact, I would suggest to you that the corporate news media and online social media platforms are probably the greatest common factors in the inflamed issues facing us in 2020, and at the moment, the saber rattling just continues at full pace. In more than 20 years of ministry as a pastor, I've had a number of opportunities to provide marriage counseling to couples that are in the midst of ongoing conflict. And they can often find themselves in a bit of a spiraling, crazy cycle of conflict. And that cycle continues until one or occasionally both of them makes a commitment to stop. But what does that even mean, you might ask? What? Just stop? Stop what? What's that look like? Well, stop returning evil for evil. Stop reviling back when you are reviled. Instead, be compassionate, tenderhearted, and courteous. From the time that our 4 kids were very little, they're now 12, 11, 9, and 7. But from the time that they were really small, we taught them in the form of a song that if you've been around children's ministries and kids ministries and churches, you may even remember this song. It's a song from a verse in the New Testament that says, "Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God in Christ forgave you." Those are simple words to learn. I mean, our kids from the time they were like 4 or 5 years old, they memorized it pretty well, but those simple words can be a really hard lesson, but it's an absolutely essential lesson if you are going to experience unity. I don't know if national unity is possible at this moment. I do wish that it were, and I sure hope for the day that it will be a reality for us. But right now, and really for quite some time actually, I felt as though that we're in the midst of something like a cold civil war in our country. But an answer to the question, can't we all just get along, is available. It's just not easy. And it certainly doesn't align with my natural tendencies, my natural desires. The answer is from the scriptures. Have compassion for one another. Love with brotherly love. Love as brothers. Be tenderhearted and courteous. Do not return evil for evil or reviling for reviling. Instead, bless the person on the other side. Now, maybe you're thinking, I can't do that. And if you're thinking that, I want to commend you for at least having some self-awareness and honesty, but he that would love life and would see good days, let that person refrain his tongue from evil and his lips from deceit. Let him turn away from evil and do good. Let him seek peace and pursue it. You may think, but if I do that, I'll get walked on. Well, maybe, but it is better if it is the will of God to suffer for doing good than for doing evil. Once again, some really difficult lessons to learn. We'll see you next time.